And fuck. OBS shit the bed. Well, we're back. Like 22 seconds. Well, OBS shit the bed, so but we're back.
There's been killings in a holy place. Stinks of incense and blood.
Not sure which one that one was.
The Archdruid's eyes and ears have fallen away in her absence. I'm training new ones.
Jahira, the Archdruid, or Jahira, the High Harper? Which one should I call you? Or should I just call you Crow?
Step carefully. There's a trap.
The Ballspawn Saga Part 2. Popular novel, thin and cheaply made, dramatizing the adventures of the Ballspawn in Athkatla after the defeat of Saravok Anchev. Early chapters have been defaced, some even torn out.
Trap there. Plant your feet with care.
Ballspawn Saga Part 1. Popular novel, thin and cheaply made, dramatizing the events of the Ballspawn crisis. Jahira has appeared to have added her own annotations, variously amused and outraged at the more egregious flights of fancy. Should hope so. She was there. Yeah, she was. We don't have a Asterion. But I think I have a disarm or trap disarmament. Yeah, I do. So let's go for it. I've got human versatility. We got this. I've also got like 40 potato chips.
Keen eye. But if it's supplies you seek, weapons to aid in our fight, you won't find them behind that door. There is nothing back there of worth to anyone but me.
I also hide all my worthless things behind secret doors.
It should be no surprise to you that Harpers like to hold their secrets close. Whether there is sense in it or not. On my word, all you will find inside is dust. And the moldering keepsakes of a much younger woman.
Jahira, our friend has put their trust in us. Boo thinks it is only right to return the gesture, no?
You so rarely make a habit of being right, Ranger, that it puts me ill at ease when you are. Pass then. Go on. See what it is a foolish old Harper thinks worth hiding away.
Khalid's gift.
A gift from my husband. I've had to renew parts over the years, but the heart remains the same as the day he gave it to me.
Yeah, her husband. So we're definitely giving that to Jahira.
This ought to be good.
She's gonna lose Ball's spells, but that's okay. Because the other thing is, it boosts her wisdom. And while wearing Khalid's gift, Jaheira cannot be cursed. Yeah, I heard the story from Jaheira himself or herself.
What is it, Cub?
Cub.
Not so much a term of age or affection as simple old habit. You object?
Not so long as I get to call you Crow.
The cub and the crow. Sounds like a cautionary tale, as it probably should.
Why didn't you tell me about your family?
I have given you much reason to think that Harpers hoard secrets like precious stones, but I promise you, this was not some intrigue. Just, plain and simple foolishness. As if by keeping clear of my family, I might keep them clear of the cult in turn. And if this fight were to go against us, well, they had already done their mourning. Why visit it on them twice?
Admit it, you're just afraid of Ryan.
Of course I was. You met her, did you not? The girl had opinions before she had teeth. I was wrong to think I could keep my children from this fight. They're Baldurian born and bred. The only damned reason I root myself in this place. This city is a cesspit. An open sewer of the soul that taints us with its filth and churns us out when all that is good has been stripped away. It also happens to be their home. And so it is mine. Ugh. That might be the first time I have said that out loud. Now come. We had best get to saving it. Lest Ryan turn her ire on us both.
Let's see here. What is
At
her
your
approval
command.
level of me? Very high.
Justice.
Minsk
truth, and the
is
virtues
very, or is just normally high.
Still alive.
Good.
So that's progress.
Alright, opulent chest. We've got Belm, a scimitar, perfectly balanced strikes, which... Nope. Send Belm snaking out with the adder's speed, the very exemplar of swiftness embodied in steel. So, guess we're giving that to Staff of the Ram. Okay.
Jaheira's old weapons. They look strong as ever. Minsk should know. They gave him many bruises over the years.
Always nice to be wanted.
Okay, so equip, equip, Belm, and then Sylvan Scimitar. There we go.
No one back home will ever believe this.
The Rite of the Timeless Body. A confused spread of cryptic symbols cobbled together by the same hand, seemingly over years. Neat notations impose order on the chaotic sketches, describing some manner of druidic ritual, its purpose unclear, and practice incomplete.
Rite of the timeless body. What's that about? I'd best ask Jaheira.
Good.
Oh,
I was
oops.
just starting to miss this.
Jaheira moved.
The cub speaks.
Found a strange scroll in your sanctuary. Something about a timeless body?
The threat of spanking never kept the children from poking through my things. Why should it deter you? It is a ritual, or it describes one at least, practiced by druids of certain esoteric circles. If they be learned and powerful enough, the practitioner of this ritual might slow their aging,
Hi, Flo.
extend their life well beyond its natural reach. In greener days,
We've
might have been
successfully
strong enough
recruited
to do it.
Boo and
I
his
might be
ranger
yet,
Minsk.
with the right preparations.
So you plan to do it?
I make no plans. Only contingencies. Do not look at me like that. I have been content to see the span of my natural years. A privilege far too few in this world can claim. I do not speak of clinging to life for its own sake. I just look back on that life's work and I wonder, is it done? The dead three plague the world still. The city still falls prey to small minds like Gortash or lost souls like Orin. It is every Harper's hope to be a light that drives out darkness. But I've lived long enough to see so many of those lights burn out, while the shadows cling stubbornly on. Knowing that, isn't it our duty to burn on if we can? To fight for as long as we are able?
I wallowed in darkness for too long. If I could extend the time I have left in the light, I think I'd take it.
Perhaps. But if the darkness is really going to swallow everything as you Sharan say, it should at least have to work for its supper.
Get over yourself, Harper. No one person can fix the world.
Well answered. In truth, I had put this ritual from my mind. Until last light. Trapped in that
But they can try.
darkness.
Yes, they can try.
I turned to my research again. What if I was a little stronger? As fast as I once had been. Then you came. And made the question moot. But I kept this. Just in case, I told myself. A final resort. Perhaps you were not the savior you seemed. I had learned better than to think of life as some simple tale after all. There is no guarantee of happy endings, or true heroes. I believe that still. But when I look on all that we have achieved since, I wonder perhaps it is not heroes we need. Only people who are willing to try. I do not know what manner of story that makes. But I do know that without an ending, it would be no story at all. So I will accept mine. When and however it comes. As for this city story, well, that is entirely your problem now, Cub.
You're not off the hook that easily, Jaheira. I want you around for a long time yet.
I have no plans to lie down and die. Well, perhaps a little lying down when all of this is done. But I do not plan on going anywhere just yet. And besides, you still have a tadpole in your skull. You are almost certainly going to die first.
Challenge accepted. Yeah, I think the thing that the timeless body thing was trying to, or the lesson was, you have to learn when to lay down your burden, so to speak, and pass the torch on to the next generation. And that isn't a bad thing. That's just a natural part of life. Okay.
Those leaves are a little darker than I'd like, Felices. Bad soil?
Squeaks.
Don't tell Mother.
Commander!
Spare me your salutes, little traitor. You walked me right into that ambush.
Sorry, Commander. You are my commander, but George promised me pies.
I mean, that does have
I
priority.
can't fault your priorities. You'll look after them for me?
Can I have a real sword?
No.
Fine.
Can I have a real sword? No. Fine. Oh, I love that. The whole thing. Alright. Let's see here. Does Minsk have musical instrument proficiency?
This neighborhood isn't what it
No, he
used to
doesn't.
be.
I asked because one of his idle animations is he'll pull out a bongo drum and play it. So I figured, oh, is he proficient? No. Alright, so let's see here. We're gonna go ahead and head back to Basilisk Gate. And I know this is going to be a shorter part of the stream, but that's because it'll be a shit the bed. Alright, we're going to go ahead and switch out Minsk and Jaheira for Astarion and Will to get ready for
Jaheira has stealen, I'll say that. It's not easy to walk away from immortality. Most people will have held on to that scroll for as long as they could bear to. And probably a century or two longer than that. I would, but you have excellent.
A hero of legend, passing the figurative torch onto us. We'd best not disappoint her. The thought of a scolding from Jaheira's ghost is not one I particularly relish.
Just when I think I can't respect Jaheira anymore, she hits me with a grenade right to the heart. I couldn't agree with her more. There's more to life than time. It isn't about how long you're here. It's about what you do with whatever time you've got. And Jaheira? Well, I don't think anyone spent their hours better than her.
So what do you think you hear of Jaheira's house? Yes, Gandalf approved this message.
I don't know what I was expecting. Something beyond real. My life would have been so different if I ended up working for her instead of Gortash. Looking after these kids. Making a difference. Maybe in the next life.
Or, you know, maybe after the far epilogue. You're not dying on me, Karlak. I may not be able to go with you, but I'm currently, well, setting up someone who will go with you.
Should I ever take to the astral plane, I'll have no need of scrolls to secure my immortality. Still, it is becoming of a mortal to accept their fate, as Jaheira does. Not everyone is meant to live longer than the stars.
And what I like about convincing Jaheira not to use the timeless body, it's kind of like in Mass Effect 2 after the suicide mission. If you blew up the collector base, everyone respects and approves of that decision. Just like in this one. I have yet to... I mean, maybe Minthara doesn't. But everyone else is just like, you know, saying either they respect it or they approve of it. Minthara only judges you for not winning a real. Fair enough.
So Jaheira is willing to embrace mortality, the ultimate form of retirement, and that's thanks to impressing her through your actions.
Yeah, I know.
Quite the compliment.
Well, I haven't actually finished a game with Minthara alive.
Who among us hasn't wondered what it would be like to live forever? But I think you've got the right idea. Better I live fully and meaningfully than to pine for an always and forever I could never achieve. I'm up for the challenge. You've just got to make a little space.
So how about Jaheira?
I like how you...
And we also have got to switch the color of the elegant studded leather. Skin-bound tone.
Still breathing, despite everything.
You mean the necromancy of Thay?
I would live forever if I could. Death is not rest or relief.
Arella's read it.
It is only ever a form of defeat. In destroying the scroll, Jaheira has shown her readiness to give up the fight. We must not follow her example. A disparate collection of vagabonds and strays. Did you have anyone particular in mind?
You and Minsk are unusual allies.
He would despise me if he had the wits to understand me. But as long as he believes we have a common cause, he does not see beyond that. I enjoy his simplicity. Oloth helped me. Sometimes I almost envy it.
Why not follow his example? Less scheming, more butt-kicking.
If I did not have my schemes, I would hardly know where to aim my boot.
Take him with you occasionally to meet Viconia. They've met. About that. Viconia's already dead. Yeah, we did the House of Grief Sunday. But yeah, I kind of murdered Viconia for what she did to Shadowheart, because, you know, Arella has a very, very soft spot for Shadowheart.
The cub speaks.
Jaheira littering the streets in broad daylight. I swear, sometimes it is as if she does not care for this city at all.
Okay, so everyone has an opinion on what Jaheira did except for Minsk, because Minsk doesn't understand what that scroll actually meant. Okay. Well, so I have to answer your question, ¿por qué no los dos? Why not both? Alright, we're gonna go on long rest.
Jaheira, Boo is trying his best to explain, but I still do not understand your anger.
Do not hide behind your hamster, Ranger. You do not understand because you do not listen. We were the first to discover the cult. And if you had only waited, we might have marshaled our numbers and...
Good does not wait for evil to button up its breeches. When it offers buttocks for the smacking, Minsk and Boo greet cheek with hand.
Well, that sounds like a fun evening.
It is well that Boo's innocent ears still ring from all this shouting.
This mess falls on our heads, Minsk. The city under siege, its people poisoned by the cult. It all might have been avoided if you had just put your feelings aside and listened.
Actually, Sov, they're both right. Good doesn't wait for evil to, you know, sink in. But good also needs to survive and win the war. So, the way I interpret is, yeah, Minsk did the right thing charging in. Because that allowed Jaheira the opportunity to escape and grow her own forces. Yeah, evil only has to win once. Yep. Yeah, this mess falls on our head. The city under siege, the people poison. All might avoid if you had just put your feeling aside and listen. Or the trail would have ended there, instead of leading you to Ketheric, the prism, me.
I have seen too much to believe destiny has taken our side. Blind luck, perhaps. The point remains. You meant well, Minsk. But you exposed the city to harm. You helped the cult spread. And worse, perhaps than any of this, you forced me to leave you behind.
But this is where Minsk falls short of the understanding, Jaheira. What else is a berserker for, if not to charge into danger ahead of his Waclaren?
The Wicklaren, wise women of Rashomon, each bonded to a berserker bodyguard for life. There is no higher title, nor deeper bond in all of Rashomon custom.
Wiclaren? Minsk, I am not your witch. You are not my bodyguard. This is not some high lodge of your homeland.
Boo agrees you're a queer kind of witch. But this city is a queer place. And Minsk, you may have noticed, is sometimes strange himself.
Okay.
Titles matter not. Only this. When Minsk does as Minsk does, and charges in to make a mess, Jaheira does as Jaheira does, and finds a way to save us all anyway.
I know what happened to his first Claren. I'm gonna say, oh, that's actually kind of sweet.
Oh, I fight alongside fools.
You hear that, Boo? We fight alongside a Waclaren again.
I am your friend, Ranger. I am not your witch. There will be no ointments or healing balms.
No, you have healing
Not
magic.
Even for Boo?
Yeah, Minsk's first Waclaren died. And he kind of is using Jaheira, for better or worse, as a replacement Waclaren. But yeah, if, like I was saying, if Minsk didn't charge in to the Den of the Absolute when he and Jaheira first encountered them, there's a good chance Jaheira would not have been able to escape and begin the resistance. Their bond is Battleforge and Greaseforge. And then that's a bond that'll last forever. But yeah, if Minsk didn't charge in, then both of them would be taken. But because Minsk charged in, you know, he's big, he draws a lot of aggro, it would allow the druid to, you know, shapeshift into a small creature and escape. Which eventually the trail led to us. And now we're poised to end the cult of the absolute once and for all. Anyway. Alrighty. Well. We're going to go ahead and call it here. Because it is getting to be 8 o'clock, and I have work in the morning. Next, or Wednesday, with Carolina, first, Wednesday afternoon stream, Arella and company will take Will to Worms Rock Prison to try and summon the Heart of the Gate, the Bronze Dragon Ansur. Not only will this potentially get us a new powerful ally against the Cult of the Absolute, it will also further cement Will's path now that he is no longer pacted to Mizora. Oh, okay. Well, I've never played an origin character other than the Dirge, but not all the way through. Then in Wednesday evening, in Carolina the Rangers playthrough, the Floof crew will begin tracking down the Murder Tribunal as our first step in taking out Orin the Red and eliminating Balls Chosen and rescuing Halcyon along the way. Then Thursday, we're going to continue the story of Assault Horizon. We start out with Nomad 6-1, guns, as we, fly top cover for a weapons inspection on cargo ships. That totally won't go wrong at all. Then later after that, Russia, for some strange reason, invites the NATO Task Force 108 within their borders to help with or fight the rebellion of the new Russian Federation. Because that's totally a Russian thing to do. Invite the West in. And then Friday, in Batman Arkham Asylum, we fight our way through the intensive treatment facility to make our way down to Killer Croc's lair to get the plants we need to make an antidote for the Titan serum. But anyway, that's all I've got for tonight. Thank you all for joining me, and again, sorry for OBS shitting the bed. It's annoying. And I will see you guys Wednesday afternoon with more Arella. Hopefully we can finish this campaign before patch 8 drops. Good night and take care.